When Jesus began proclaiming the good news of the kingdom and telling people to repent for the kingdom of heaven was at hand, the kingdom that he's teaching sounds a lot different than what the scribes and Pharisees were anticipating. They were expecting an earthly restoration of the physical kingdom of Israel, a reestablishment of the Davidic throne, and revival of the prosperity of their people. And yet, what Jesus is proclaiming sounds a lot different than that. And yet, he wants to make it clear that his kingdom is not dismissing and casting away all that they had learned about God from the Old Testament or the promises that were made in the law and prophets. He didn't come to destroy, but to fulfill. In Matthew 5, verse 17 and 18, Jesus says, "Do not think that I came to abolish the law or the prophets. I did not come to abolish, but to fulfill. For truly I say to you, until heaven and earth pass away, not the smallest letter or stroke shall pass from the law until all is accomplished." Jesus didn't come to abolish, but to accomplish. Didn't come to destroy, but to fulfill. Think about it this way. When my wife and I moved into our old house, we quickly decided we needed to put up a fence for our dog in the backyard. But as a temporary solution, we put down stakes and put up a garden fencing. And yet our goal was one day to replace that with a more permanent solution, maybe a chain link fence. If somebody saw me in the backyard pulling up those stakes and tearing out that fence, they might think I was getting rid of our fence. Where in actuality, what I'm doing is preparing to fulfill our intention with that fence. In the same way, what Jesus is teaching is going to sound a lot different than what they thought they knew from the Old Testament. And yet, Jesus is not tearing out that understanding of who God is and what his will is for their lives. He's building upon it. He's fulfilling what God intended all along. And he'll continue to help us understand what he means by that as he teaches throughout the Sermon on the Mount.